Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back with another video. To all the short kings out there who are struggling to dunk, do some leg raises in the gym so you can jump higher. For today's topic, the NBA trade deadline. I never really got to talk about the entire trade deadline because it was just happening so fast, and in a span of like 2-3 days, trades were happening and we were all just figuring out what the heck was going on. But there was a lot of crazy trades back in February. It's now a month later, and I'm going to tell you guys how all this aged. So let's go into today's video. First up, James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland, who is now on the Los Angeles Clippers. For Cleveland, this has aged well. Only because Cleveland has been struggling this entire season. And then you get a guy in James Harden who's literally who shoots 42% from the field, and he's averaging 8 assists a game. He's also averaging 24 points a game. And now the Cavaliers are back in the conference now. They're currently the 4th seed when they were literally the 8th seed for like 4 or 5 weeks. So now Donovan Mitchell has some help, and there's been a lot of things going on, really, when Darius Garland was on the Cavs because he had injury issues. The entire combination of him and Evan Mobley wasn't working out. And even Jarrett Allen also was playing too soft. So there were some complications at the beginning of the year. But this trade has aged well for the Cavaliers. Now let's go to the Clippers side. Obviously, Darius Garland didn't play a game yet as of this recording. He's actually playing on Monday against the Golden State Warriors, and he's going to make his debut, and we'll see how that goes. So we can't really say if this is a win-win trade yet. I feel like it is, but with all the injuries going on with Darius Garland, I feel like the Cavaliers have really pulled this one through, and now they're back in action. So for the Cavaliers, I'm going to give this trade an A, and we'll see what happens later on when Darius Garland finally plays his debut. Next up, the Golden State Warriors trading Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps Porzingis. This is kind of a win-win situation in a way. Only because I'm a little bit upset with how the Warriors kind of handled this because they missed so many opportunities. Because we all know Kuminga wanted to get the heck up out of there because he didn't rock with Steve Kerr. He wanted a player option in his contract, and it just wasn't going well for him in terms of his career. So he gets traded to Atlanta. And for the Hawks, it's aged really well. Even though Kuminga literally only played 3 games with them. But he's been averaging 21 points a game in those 3 games. And you got some pretty good defense. You got perimeter shooting. You got scoring. So along him and also Jalen Johnson, it's perfect for the Hawks. And they're working on building around Jalen Johnson after that Trae Young trade. So he's a star player now, and he's going to need some help. And that's a great start right now. And for the Warriors side, it's a little different. You know, Porzingis has been playing he's been playing his game. He's been doing his thing with Al Horford and Steph Curry. But, you know, with the Warriors, it's just their entire philosophy is just really, 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 really weird. I don't really like their entire philosophy of how they're playing everything. But I do want to say I'm a little upset because you're literally trading a 22-year-old for like a 30-year-old. Make that make sense in your head. But you can't really be mad at this, really, because Kristaps Porzingis, he's been averaging 16 points a game, and he's been playing 18 games with the Warriors so far. So he's been doing his thing. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to operate. But the only risk that I'm taking with this here is his injuries. That's it. But for both ways, this has aged pretty good. The only way the Hawks could get a higher percentage in this change is if Kristaps Porzingis is not healthy and he's not going to be available. But as of right now, he's been playing his game, and he knows what he's doing on that roster, and he understands the assignment. So right now, this trade is a win-win for both teams. Next up, this one is crazy. The Dallas Mavericks trading Anfernee Davis for AD, D'Lo, and Dante Exum for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, and Marvin Bagley. This trade is disgusting. I'm just saying it right now because it's crazy. Anthony Davis playing like 31 games in his entire career with the Mavericks just for you to get traded 1 year later for Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley? That's disgusting. You see how they're treating you, Anthony Davis? That's exactly what happens when you're not healthy, bro. But if you have to be like, oh, which team won this trade? You got to be real. I think it's the Dallas Mavericks who won this trade. Let me tell y'all why. Because with you letting go of AD, you're letting go of that $58 million contract that, he had in his time with the Mavericks, only playing 31 games. And he obviously dealt with injuries. So now you can focus on that money with your star, Cooper Flag. So financially, you're relieved. Your draft assets are right now they're great right now. You have OKC's 2026 first round pick. You literally got a protected pick by the Warriors that's going to be happening in 2030. So you got your picks in order. It's kind of both ways. Even though Chris Middleton, he's not the best anymore. We're like the entire 2021 performance of you shooting the ball well and doing your thing, that's just gone. You're the definition of washed now. You don't really know what's going on anymore. I think the injuries really mess with you. Also, the Wizards, let's go to their side. The combination of Trae Young and Anthony Davis, I don't really know if I like that one too much because I still don't know how much I trust Anthony Davis, to be here for y'all. I don't know. I don't really know if it's moving me too much. I see greatness in that, but it's hypothetical right now. I need to see a game of this play out. I need to see a couple of games midway through the season type of stuff, this play out with Trae Young and AD. I need to see it. And if it doesn't work, then the Mavericks, you hopefully won this trade by financial reasons. Next trade, the Grizzlies trading Jaren Jackson Jr., Jock Landale, John Conchar, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Jazz for Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Walter Clayton Jr., and George Niang. This trade is all over the place, but it's a win-win right here, you got to realize, because mostly for Jazz fans, given the fact that Jaren Jackson Jr. is out for the entire year, you're pairing him with Lauri Markkanen and you're pairing him with Keontae George. So that's a win-win right there. Obviously, it's not going to happen this year, but by the time comes 2027, I feel like y'all going to be cooking. Y'all going to be doing y'all thing. And I really want to see that play out. And for the Grizzlies, this is smart because you're actually rebuilding in what you're trying to do. Because, I feel like they don't want to get rid of Ja Morant. They're trying to build around Ja Morant instead of trading him. But I don't really know what's going to happen. We're going to see what happens during preseason. We're going to see him in trade talks. We might see Giannis in trade talks too. But with this entire trade going on, I feel like they're trying to rebuild around Ja Morant to make him happier. Because right now, the vibes going on with the Memphis Grizzlies this year, it's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. Ja's not having fun. No one is having fun. They're just all in their own world, not caring too much about that franchise. Next up, the Celtics getting Nikola Vucevic for Anfernee Simons. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I felt bad for Anfernee Simons, given the fact that you were literally just traded to Boston literally during the summertime, and then you get traded in the middle of the season. At first, I was like, oh my God, Anfernee Simons is a good scorer. Why you gotta do him like that? But the more and more I realize now of what the Celtics actually got, it made me realize just, dang, they needed this so bad because they needed a big. They were tired of Porzingis. They were tired of him. I ain't gonna lie. They were done with his shenanigans of getting injured. And, once they traded him to Atlanta, it was like, they got Anfernee Simons. They're good. But then they get Vucevic. And I was like, what? But no, they needed a big. Because now you have him alongside Jaylen Brown, who has help now. And now look at them. They're literally the second or third seed in the Eastern Conference right now. And Jason Tatum isn't even playing. And nobody thought that they would get to this point. I didn't think they would get to this point at all. But Jason Tatum, when he's coming back, I don't know if he plans on coming back this year. He might not. But if he does, then they're going to be cooking. He might come back rusty for a little while. But Jaylen Brown, you're going to put Jaylen Brown on your back, and you got Vucevic. So you got a big now. But that's not really it for Anfernee Simons. He got traded to the Bulls with Jaden Ivey too. And Rob Dillingham. I see greatness in those two duos right there. I see greatness. And I really do feel like they could do something with that come next year. Right now, it looks a little crazy right now because, it's been weird for them. Rob Dillingham, he's not really what we've expected so far, really. I think a lot of people are expecting more from him. I'm expecting more from him. I feel like he's nice. He just has to evolve more as a player. But he still has a lot of time in his young years to get better. For the Bulls, it aged well. The Celtics, it aged well too, because now the Celtics are better than ever. And they're looking like a real contender right now. But anyways, y'all, that's really all I got to say today. A lot of major trades that happen. No more trades until the season is over. And, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what happens in the offseason. We're going to see that Giannis trade very soon. And, also with the Warriors, I want to say this too before we end the video. The Warriors missed out on so many opportunities to get better. Because, you're trading Kuminga, but, you're getting a Kristaps Porzingis. But you could have gotten a Jaren Jackson Jr. You could have gotten an Anfernee Davis. You could have gotten someone better. You know what I'm saying? But you decided to go with Porzingis. He's been hooping right now, like I said, but you got to be careful of injuries. That's the high risk you're taking. You're crossing the Rubicon with that. So you miss out on a lot of opportunities, mostly because you were too worried about this Giannis trade. Because Giannis was associating with all of these teams, the Knicks, the Spurs, the Lakers, the Wolves, the Heat. So it's like you had to find something. But, y'all kind of, with management, y'all folded. And I think y'all was saying putting Anfernee Davis in the talks. That wasn't happening. Because why the heck would you get Anfernee Davis when he gets injured just walk into his refrigerator? So I'm glad y'all didn't do that. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say for today's episode. More videos will be coming out. I apologize for being very inconsistent and not posting in 2 weeks. I've been very busy with college. And, as a college student, it's hard to do, anything. Because I have a lot of essays to write, going to bed early, doing a lot of other things outside of school. So, but I promise to get more videos to y'all very soon. But I plan on being more consistent because consistency is official. At the end of the day, that's all you got to realize. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the podcast. And make sure y'all get my mug that I created for y'all. It's going to be in the link in the description, and go check it out. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. And if you're sitting back being lazy, what the barnacles are you doing? Go chase your dream. Peace out.